I'm Dr. Leilani Alvarez. I'm the head of our Integrative and Rehabilitative Medicine Department here at the Schwartzman Animal Medical Center. This is beautiful Leo. He's got pretty advanced arthritis in his elbows. And what I want to show you today is how to massage your pet at home, which can be a wonderful part of rehabilitation therapy, or it can be its own therapy. You want to be in a quiet environment where there isn't a lot of distractions. The other thing is you want to have a bed that is very comfortable for your patient, where they're going to be able to relax. You also want the lighting not to be too bright. I personally like to listen to a little bit of music. Some classical would be nice. They even make all sorts of different healing frequencies like solfeggio and different frequencies that are healing. You can certainly experiment with that. What I recommend is begin with a technique called Effleurage. Effleurage is a very soft, superficial technique where you're going to be taking your hands and almost doing like a figure 8. It's very rhythmic, and so it's going to look like this. And you can run it down over the whole body. See how I'm just alternating with my fingers? It's almost like a little bit of a figure 8 that I'm doing. This, right at the center of the back, this is the spinous process of the back, and you want to avoid anything that's bony. So you want to be on either side of the muscles, so really focus on massaging muscles. And once you've kind of touched your dog everywhere, because you can even do a little bit on the legs, and so then we can switch to a different technique called Petrissage, where you're going to get a little bit deeper. It's almost like kneading bread. And you can actually pick up this loose skin behind the neck, which most dogs love. This is an area when they are puppies, their mothers will pick them up from this area behind their neck, and they will naturally be calmer. So this is a great thing to do if your dog is feeling anxious. You can just get up here behind their neck, pick it up in your fingers, and you can work that all the way down. And most dogs just absolutely love this. All right, I've repositioned myself so that my back is straight against the back, which is really good to support my lower back, and it frees up my hands to really access my patient. And Leo's saying, yeah, I approve. I think this is fine. But one thing you can do to keep your patient from trying to get up is you can actually put your leg, if you're physically able, you can put your leg over their neck. And this is, again, a natural calming area for your pet, so you're not hurting them in any way. This is just a really nice way to keep them calm and down. So again, just frees up my hands to be able to work on other areas of the body. So I'm gonna work my Effleurage down the legs here. This muscle right here, which is the extensor carpi radialis, so it basically picks up your wrist, it picks up the wrist here, is an area that can be really sore in dogs. So I like to just use my flat thumb, and you can run it along this muscle. You could even work into do a little bit of a hand massage. So we're just going to do some easy Effleurage massage of the whole hand, bending and extending of all of the digits. And then you can even get into each individual digit. And I'm just doing kind of circular motions around here. Dogs are always have their pads on the floor, so it gets a lot of work for these little paws. And then once you do that, you can even get into the little bones. So I'm just basically putting my thumb on either side here of the knuckle. The knuckle is going to be right here. And I'm going to do a little bit of a circular range of motion. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a little circle with my fingers around the knuckle. So I'm going to go clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And then you can do a little traction where I'm just pulling apart, real gentle. And you can do that to every single digit. So a lot of dogs are sensitive with their paws because they get their nails trimmed, and so they can be a little bit reluctant. But if you start putting your hands and doing this kind of work on your dog's paws. They will love it. Dogs' paws do a lot of hard work. So a little gentle movement, traction, massage can do wonders. Nice and flexible again, can be really, really therapeutic. Dogs primarily weight bear on the front of their body. And so these muscles, which is primarily the triceps and the deltoids, are typically much bigger in comparison to humans, and therefore great muscles to massage. So I'm gonna get into this meaty muscle area of the front leg, and I'm going to, again, start with my Effleurage, which is just that nice rhythmic figure 8 type of motion. And then if you get in there and you feel an area that's just a little bit tighter, which I identified right here, then you can focus in on that a little bit more. Typically what I'll do is I'll hold over it, do a little bit of a circle, sometimes even put pressure down, and I'll count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. He gave a nice big release there, up to 5 seconds, and then slowly release the pressure. Massage again. These are called trigger points, and they're areas where the muscle's typically been overworked. It's gotten really tight. You get bands or little knots in there, and it can be really lovely, especially if you do it on a regular basis, to release those knots. The other muscles that are really nice are in the lower back here, so on either side of the spine. Really nice. You can even take your fingers together and just run it down along the spine. Again, you want to avoid the bony prominence. Another area that's really nice, particularly if your dog has hip arthritis, is the gluteal muscles. So these are the butt muscles of the dog. So those are going to be right here. And also the hamstring, so that's the back of the thigh. So these are muscles that can be atrophied in dogs that have hip arthritis. Also your older pets typically are going to lose these muscles, and so a nice massage can be really stimulating and a wonderful way to keep these muscles healthy. So for the gluteal muscles, what I would recommend is kind of put your fingertips together and do circles. So if the tail is here, it's going to be right between, there's a little bony area here, that's the pelvis, and here's the leg. And so in this little triangle here, that's where the gluteal muscle is. Do nice little circles there. I love how Leo's just happy the whole time. So I'm just going to put my fingers flat, and I'm going to just run them down the hamstrings here. So that's the back of the thigh muscle here. And you can even do a little stretch as you massage. And we can even get the front of the thigh. These are the quadriceps. So again, I'm going to use my flat finger and run it down the front of it. To stretch it, we're just going to bring that leg back, almost like a plie. And we can even work our way down, up over the shin. Let's not forget the back paws. Never do anything that your dog resists. Everything should feel good. To get the underside, you could either flip your dog over to the other side, or if they're very relaxed, it can actually be a really wonderful way to massage your dog by just sticking your hands underneath them. And you can see he actually stretched his leg out there. He's like, oh yeah, that feels good. And so you can't see what I'm doing with my hands, but I'm doing the exact same thing that I did on the upside. I'm just doing it with my hands with the weight of his body on top of my fingers, which again allows you to almost get a nice deeper massage. I'm going to work my way down into the lower part of the leg. And give a little bit of a squeeze like this as you're finishing, just to bring some circulation. It's actually really good for the lymphatics. And when you finish with an area, I like to do a nice gentle walking my hands just over the body like this. And I want to end with a little bit of a facial massage, which most dogs love. And what you can do for this is just take your flat hand and you're going to run it over the whole face. And the part that dogs really work a lot, see if you want to put your head down. Oh, he's yawning. Oh, yes, you're welcome. Okay. Is their masseter muscle. So the masseter muscle is the big jaw muscle right here. And so we're going to try to work into that right here. You can also work the muscles over the top of the head. If your dog is floppy-eared, you can actually massage in the inside. This is called the ear pinna. In acupuncture, we have a lot of points inside this area. And so you can, it's actually a wonderful way to relax your pet. So you can just take your fingers and go inside of that nice, soft, fleshy ear flap. Should be very relaxing to your pet. Even work muscles around the lips. And the lower jaw. So as we conclude this massage, I just want to say again, all the wonderful benefits that massage have for your dog. Probably one of the biggest benefits is that you get to bond with your pet and you're spending one-on-one time with them. You might detect little masses or nodules in there that you might be the first to notice it, and it's great for you to tell your vet about it so that you can pick up on something early on before it's an issue. You might find a spot that's a little bit uncomfortable on your pet, and you should bring that up to your vet as well. But maybe the biggest reason is your dog's going to love it. Your dog should find this to be very relaxing. It's a wonderful stress relief activity that you can do for yourself. It's known that when you spend time like this for your pet, it helps bring down your stress level. And the benefits can be a gift that you can give to your dog on a special occasion, on their birthday, Valentine's Day, or really any day that you just want to bond with your pet and help them to feel better and improve their health. So dogs will often shake. It's a nice release after a massage. I'm just rewarding him for being such a good boy. But you definitely want to offer him a nice big bowl of water after a massage, same as when you get a massage. You're releasing a lot of tension areas, and so hydration is really important. So make sure they get plenty of water to drink after a massage.